Imagine a horizon where the ocean itself is hidden, not by a storm, but by a forest of silk and timber. Long before the modest caravels of Europe dared to test the Atlantic's fury, a colossal floating empire dominated the waves of the East. In the dawn of the 15th century, the Ming Dynasty didn't just launch a navy, they engineered a mechanical titan that defied the known limits of maritime architecture. At the center of this grand ambition was Zheng, a visionary admiral leading a logistical machine that made every other fleet in history appear as mere toys in a bathtub. This was the Treasure Fleet, a masterclass in ancient engineering that remains, even by modern standards, an awe-inspiring feat of structural integrity. The undisputed giants of this armada were the Baochuan, or treasure ships. Historical records describe these wooden monsters as being over 400 feet long and 160 feet wide, roughly the size of a modern football field. For a mechanical mind, the Baochuan is a fascinating study in physics. How could a vessel made entirely of wood withstand the immense bending and shearing forces of the open sea without snapping its spine? The answer lay in a revolutionary breakthrough that the West would not master for another 400 years: watertight bulkhead technology. Chinese shipwrights divided the massive hulls into independent, sealed compartments using thick, vertical walls. If the ship struck a reef or was pierced in battle, only the damaged section would flood. This cellular design ensured the vessel remained buoyant, a principle of naval safety that is still the fundamental rule for every modern submarine and aircraft carrier today. But the genius didn't stop at the hull. Moving a city made of wood required a sophisticated understanding of aerodynamics and force distribution. Each treasure ship boasted up to 9 masts, supporting massive batten sails made of reinforced silk and bamboo slats. Unlike the flat, heavy canvas used in Europe, these sails acted like flexible ribbed wings. They allowed the crew to adjust the sail's curvature and angle with mechanical precision, enabling the giant vessels to bite into the wind and sail with surprising grace despite their immense weight. The rudder itself was a marvel of mechanical advantage, a massive wooden blade that could be raised or lowered to suit the water's depth, acting as a secondary keel to stabilize the ship against the treacherous monsoon currents. Zheng fleet was not merely a military force, it was a self-sustaining, floating ecosystem of 27,000 men. The logistics were staggering. The fleet included specialized supply ships that functioned as mobile warehouses for fresh water, horse ships designed for cavalry transport with advanced ventilation systems, and even floating agricultural decks where sailors grew fresh vegetables and herbs to prevent scurvy. This was a symphony of coordination, a logistical masterpiece designed to project the absolute power and sophistication of the Dragon Throne from the shores of Vietnam to the distant ports of East Africa. Between 1405 and 1433, Zheng completed 7 epic voyages, returning not with conquered lands, but with exotic wonders, gems, spices, and even giraffes that left the Ming court in a state of perpetual wonder. For the engineer, Zheng's true legacy isn't the gold or the exotic animals he brought back. It is the blueprints of possibility. He proved that with enough structural innovation and mechanical foresight, even the ocean's raw fury could be tamed by human ingenuity. Yet, as suddenly as this era of greatness began, the gears were jammed by political decree. The Ming Dynasty turned inward, burning the records, destroying the shipyards, and letting the great giants rot in the mud of the Yangtze River. But here at Dawnstep, we refuse to let these gears of history stay frozen. We look back at the Treasure Fleet not just as a ghost of the past, but as a testament to what humanity can achieve when engineering meets the courage to explore the unknown. History, engineering, and exploration. This is the legacy we uncover. Join us as we keep the gears of the past moving.